Hello! Hello? Uh-oh. I think I'm having problems already. Nope, that's good. I got music. Hello? Is that better? Yeah, the music was being picked up by my mic, which I don't want that. That's not good. That's not why we're here. We're here for a perfectly sound stream. Greetings, my name is CoRy Wise. I am the Photo Alchemist. For all those who know me in the real world, they're like, what in blue blazes is going on here? This is strange. This is new. Well, I have been very sick for quite a while now, and it's just been getting harder to put on a stream where I have to show my actual face. So, thanks to Rose Pirate Prince Douglas Charles. Let me put him in the chat right now so I don't forget. Yes, there we go. Thanks to Pirate Prince Douglas Charles. He keeps changing his name on me. I have now the Photo Alchemist live and in the digital flesh. And I could not have done it without them. You can check out their art at Rosefire Tavern. They're working on a cool thing right now where they're making a fantasy chess set, and they're drawing each piece individually, so that's been really cool to see. But yeah, this is what's hopefully going to be happening as we go into 2026. And what a spectacular night for stargazing. That's a segue, by the way. If you're into that sort of stuff, not necessarily astrology, but actual stargazing and planetary orbit and alignment. Once again, not like I'm very much a fan and proponent of astrology. I love that stuff. I think it's crazy accurate sometimes. And then other people say, no, it doesn't. I don't feel that way at all. So it's up to the believer, to the individual on that notion. But today's a very big night for stars and for astronomy. So I just want to nerd out a bit for that. Tonight we have a full moon. We also have the moon at aphelion, which means it is the farthest point from the sun is where the moon is tonight. We have the Earth at perihelion. So aphelion, perihelion. That means the Earth is the closest point to the sun that we have happening tonight. We have a conjunction of the moon and Jupiter. In the easiest way to speak that is they're on the same access point, I believe. Let me check my notes. They're in the same. They share the same right ascension, with the moon passing 3.41 degrees to the north of Jupiter, and the moon will be 14 days old. And then tonight is the quadranted meteor shower. So if you're in a place that's not too cloudy, so if you're not where I live, because it's super cloudy right now because it's been raining all day, you can get quite a show at midnight tonight, midnight to 2, I believe, if you're on Pacific Standard Time. I also hear that if you're in Ireland, the show's going to be like outstanding, almost like you're watching it straight from the Griffith Observatory. And if you are not familiar with LA landmarks, that's a big one. I was going to the observatory ever since I was young. One thing that they did that was really cool is they had a Dark Side of the Moon, and it would play all these astral projections from this huge theater. And it was tuned into the music of Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd. Fun fact, Pink Floyd was my first concert ever. I was 9 years old. And then there's a close approach of the moon and Jupiter where they'll be passing overhead. So that's everything happening for tonight, Saturday, uh, January 3rd. But you know what it's also? You know what also is tonight? So I'm trying to make this as smooth as possible. Hold on, I don't have this set up at all. I thought I did. Let's see. I want that, and I want that to go away. And then I do it is Deepwinter 3 on our 2026 quest calendar, of course, from Sundial Games. Not sponsored, but would love to be. Wink, wink. The Photo Alchemist does wink. I just don't know how to figure that out yet. But I do have sprites that wink. Of course, Pirate Prince Douglas Charles pulling out all the stops. And I want to welcome in our new follower, Geek Filter. Thank you so much for joining the channel. This channel is going to be a bit of an experiment in the making. Like, you will see it happening, unfolding live. Everything that I do is pretty much done all on my own. I suffer from chronic illness and dynamic disability, so I don't know when some things will get implemented and some things that might get not implemented, or there might be a lot of 1.5 steps forward and a mile steps back. And that is just because with illness, you never know. So it's always different with me, unfortunately. But yeah. Okay. What do I want? I want that to go away. And let us bring in tonight's January 3rd, 2026, Deepwinter 3. Ooh, love a good orb. I think orbs, having an orb on when we have all that stuff happening as astrologically, in an astronomical sense. There we go. Because I don't think astrologically is a word. Well, that's working out astrologically for you, aren't you? I could see oh, that would be funny. Could you imagine a bully? Let's say like a cartoon bully, and he's trying to be a bully, but he's either too nerdy or he's too nice to the people he's bullying. Like, maybe he'll pick on you, but he won't pick on you when Mercury's in retrograde because he feels very bad about that. That would be really funny. I would like that. Okay, so going to the, what is it? Where is it? There it is, the image slideshow. And next. All right. Oh no. Did I never take a picture of the back? I never took a picture of the back. I'm so sorry, folks. I mean, I guess I could do it in real time. It would take a bit, though. It'd take some time. Yo, dude, what's up, Apollo Justice? Welcome in. Just, on Deepwinter 3 of the quest calendar, I don't think I've streamed 3 days in a row in maybe over 6 or 7 years, so that's a win. That's a huge win. Proud about that. I'd be kind of like patting myself on the shoulder if my arms moved, but right now they don't. Maybe they will in the future. Who knows? Looking at you, Pirate Prince Douglas. Challenge has been thrown. The gauntlet has been thrown. Are you ready to take up the mantle? You help the high mage grind the ingredients and combine them into a pot. He mutters an incantation to bind them as dark energies begin to flow around you both. He sets an orb of obsidian on the ritual circle and starts to chant the words of the divination spell. Okay, I really want you guys to see what I'm seeing, but that's not going to happen until tomorrow. because I messed up. So, where are we now in the story? I'll just say that my character is Severin Mortis. Character sheet is down below on the bottom right. My character has been having a rough go with memorization of the what is it? I didn't do so well on finding the ingredients. I had no idea where they were, and there was over hundreds of bottles, so I grabbed the wrong ones. I did really bad. I sneezed, like just snot laid, just full velocity all over the ritual circle as I was drawing it in blood and rare, probably vitriolic materials, probably like nightshade and stuff like that could be considered poisonous. So they have this thing that's been happening right now, which is your spell effectiveness. And as you rehearse the spell, and if you do the incantation really well, and if you find the ingredients, your spell effectiveness starts to increase. Well, yesterday I forgot that I had Arcane Knowledge, which means that I can have one reroll on any page, and the page of the day, for instance. I can do one non-combat reroll, and then take the highest of those rolls with then an applied modifier of intellect, and my intellect is +3. So that's really good. That would be really great to do. And I completely didn't do that on day 1. So I did it on day 2 when I rolled a 2. Because I wanted to at least, I wanted to save face in front of the Dark Overlord that I work for. And even with that, my spell effectiveness was, I think you could probably get up to 6 or 7. I got 1. And Severin Mortis isn't he's a diamond in the rough. But instead of a diamond, he is a piece of coal that's been pulled out of a boar's ass. In the sand. When sand gets really like on a wet rock and it's just super sandy. Yeah, that's what I am right now. I'm a sandy rock that was pulled out of a boar's rectum. That's how I describe my character's spell effectiveness. So, on the back of this page, again, you can't see it. You will see it tomorrow because I've decided that the front of this page, as I'll have you see at the bottom, I don't have where you can't see my mouse. But if you notice at the bottom, it says Saturday, Sunday, January 3/4. Meaning, you can do this over the course of 2 days. But what I've decided to do is every Sunday, there seems to be some buffering issues. No, really? Darn, I was worried about that. Nothing I can do about that on my end. Man, that sucks. Okay. Well, hopefully the VOD turns out well. Maybe it's just because of what's happening now. But if it affects the stream, it affects the stream. Nothing I can do about it. Just gotta roll with the punches. That's one thing I've been working on with my psychologist for the last few months is just trying to improvise more with life and the little natural ones that I have in my real life, and just trying to, not have those take me down, because it's not good for my health. It's not good for my overall recovery, and it just hurts me in the long run. So just kind of gotta go with it. Gotta go with it, and hopefully I can figure out what's going on off stream. But yes, Sunday is going to be a refresh day. There's a Sunday lottery, so we'll do that. We'll roll, see if we get extra gold or maybe a special item. That'll be cool. And then I'll do a recap of what happened that week. Because maybe this is your first time watching the stream and you're like, wait, there's an orb, and now they're across an ocean, and now there's there's this merchant that's been stealing money. Like, I don't know what's going on. What's happening here? Well, in the week prior, we'll go over what happened. Oh yeah, I see that. Drop frames. Wow, really bad. Really bad. Jesus. Okay. Do I keep going? Yes. Even though I've lost about 64.5% of my frame rate. Oh my god. Why? Why do you have to be so bad tonight? Is it because of everything that's happening with the stars? Maybe. Okay, let's continue on then. So I have a choice of A or B. I see some choices here, and I see that I have to do some numerical things as well. So we'll start with number 1. I endure the fierce gaze of the Overlord. Roll d20 plus Constitution. Let me get my character sheet so I can see what's going on. Constitution is +1. Awesome. And I have to roll... what is it? I'm rolling d20. Okay. So, let's see. This is to... I have the fierce gaze of the Overlord upon me. And I roll... That's a 5 plus 1. That's a 6. That's not great. Okay. You enter the throne room, and the sheer force of the Overlord's malice nearly drives you to your knees. The High Mage begins to speak, his voice trembling. My lord! He quivers, bowing deeply. The armies of light have united, and they march upon the dark citadel. We cast a divination spell to observe their forces in detail. I believe their strength may be too great. Silence. The Overlord growls. His eyes burn with malice, and as he raises a hand, and the High Mage begins to rise off the floor, choking on invisible bonds. Your sniveling disgusts me. His gaze turns to you, piercing through you like a blade. Speak. Tell me exactly what you saw. The Overlord's fiery gaze seems to burn into your very soul. You open your mouth to speak, but feel your courage falter. If the result is 13 or less, the Overlord's overwhelming presence crushes your resolve. Words fail you, sticking in your throat like stones. Speak! He roars, sending a searing stab of dark energy through your chest. Reduce your health by a d4. Oh no. This is bad. Oh, this is bad. Okay, my health's already at 10, so it's at the highest it can be. So now I got my d4. Gonna reduce some health now. Whoops. Gotta roll in. Gotta roll in. Let's see. That is a 4! No! No! Oh! Alright, my health is a 6. I'm gonna put that character sheet. Gotta draw on that. Now I'm a 6 out of 10. I got a pencil. Pencil. And I didn't drop it on the floor. See, we still dropping frames? Not too bad. Okay, so now I'm a 6 out of 10. Oh, God. What's it say now? Okay, now I take a stance. That's the second thing. Will you defend the High Mage or seize the chance to prove your own worth? Oh, I'm not the High Mage? I thought I was the High Mage. Choose to speak up for the High Mage or choose to claim the Overlord's trust? Wow, I don't know. You know what? I'm not gonna speak up for any High Mage. I'm just gonna do my own thing. So I'm choosing to claim the Overlord's trust. Overlord? The High Mage underestimates your power. You say bold. Oh! Overlord! The High Mage underestimates your power. You say boldly, stepping forward. You explain the enemy's formations, numbers, and likely strategies. You even offer suggestions on how to dismantle their forces. The Overlord eyes flare with contempt. Worm! He snarls. How dare you presume to advise me? With a flick of his hand, you are lifted into the air as the High Mage was moments ago. This is a lesson I will not teach again. Do not presume to know more than your betters. His fist clenches, and you are slammed to the floor with crushing force. Reduce your health by 1. Oh god, health is 5. Health is 5. So now I gotta erase. Man, nothing like erasing from an actual pencil. 5 out of 10. Not great. Not great. Okay. The Overlord sneers, his voice cold and venomous. So, the armies of the light dare march upon my gates, and they come to my soul crystal? A sinister grin spreads across his face. Let them come. They know nothing of the power they face. For centuries, my soul crystal has feasted on the souls of the fallen, growing stronger with every death. Its power is now absolute. He turns to the High Mage. Prepare the soul crystal. The time has come to show the world the true might of darkness. Ooh! And with that, that is the end of Deepwinter 3/4. Oh, man. Good lord. Okay, so I am not the High Mage. That's good to know, because I thought I was doing really well. I'm the sniveling rat, it's just kind of like what? Cleaning up bottles and learning from the get-go. Starting up from the ground up. Well, health is at 5 out of 10. So I haven't rested yet. I think rests happen on Sunday too. So I gotta look into that. Oh, I could have used one of my... I could have rolled better. I forgot about that. I keep forgetting I have Arcane Knowledge. Once per page, re-roll any d20, plus add an intellect of +3 to that roll and take the new result. Oh! Well, that's interesting. What if I roll a 1? That 1 plus 3 is a 4, and my first roll was a 5. Oh, you gotta take that other roll. Well, okay, so it could have been bad. It could have been bad. That D4 though, woo, that hurt. That really hurt. I felt my my liver and spleen and other organs get jostled when that Overlord picked me up. That's a hard voice to do too. Let me drink my beverage. Okay. So one thing I gotta find out is, how do I want to do the recap? Do I want to go through each page? That might be cool, because then you can see the art once again. Yeah, I won't show the back of the pages. I would just kind of show what happened. And I would read the back and kind of summarize those, but and maybe talk a little bit about my character, and maybe if there was like fun or interesting things that happened during those encounters, whether they happened in-game or not in-game. Like, for example, if Apollo Justice 7, you were the one that I called upon of, make my choice for me. Do I choose 1 or 2? And you said 1. I would then relay that in the recap as well. So that might be fun. Nice way to get the chat involved. This was the shortest calendar so far this week, and I'm almost streaming just as long as the first time I did the intro. Oh boy. Okay, so let's switch to This! Aha! I'm back! I'm big again. This is so much fun. I'm having a really fun time doing this, which was the whole point of this. Not only to bring self-worth back into my day-to-day life, but also to have fun again. Recapture some joy that I lost. Because, man, I lost a lot last year. Like the Detroit Lions this year. That's a sports reference for anyone that watches football. They came so close and then they lost. It was like me. I was doing so well and then I caught COVID. Anywho, D20, D4. I don't want to lose my die. So let me put my dice away. If anyone is interested, I'll show you that this is my die set right here. And it's all magnetic and everything. And then on the front of it is the great old one themselves, Cthulhu. And that is burned into the wood. That is like laser inscribed, laser imaged, or laser burnt. That's from the people over at Wormwood. There they are. Not sponsored. Oh my god. If Wormwood... I know I've made it if Wormwood sponsors me. It was like, hey, what do you think? We're doing like a miniature gaming table for people that have smaller desks. Sign me up. I'm here. My name's CoRy Wise. I'm the photo alchemist. I'm the cat with the aperture lenses for eyes. I did a whole quest calendar and I used your products. Please, please, let me help. It would be just like that. There wouldn't be any change. It would happen exactly like that. Okay, do I have all my pages? These are all my rules. Trying to make sure. Oh, this was the other character we could have been. That's Yasora Cronenmeyer. She's an investigator who used to be one of devout beauty, and then she became very ugly from, I think, illness as well. Why do all these characters that I play have something to do with illness? Just like in the mobile games that I play, there's always this one character that's like, "Excuse me, I can't. I've been so tired the last week, and I have been having trouble getting out of bed. Can you tell the great Knight of Favonius that I won't be able to make it to the town hall?" I think it's just like, no. Why does illness follow me everywhere I go? But it just does. If you've been enjoying this, please give a follow, like. I'll be here hopefully once a day, at least doing the quest calendar. I would like to stream more if I can, but we'll just see how it goes. As of that for now, wow. Let me work on my exit a little better. But for now, I will say good night and enjoy the Quantrid meteor shower if you happen to be checking that out. All right. See you tomorrow. And of course, checkmate and rummy, my dear gladiators.